architecture and spirituality. One of the biggest journey I have traveled being an architect is when I started understanding unknowingly the depths of spirituality touched by the spaces, by the embodiments that were created. Um, as an architect, it was very cautious enough to work on the visual angles, the axis, the view angles, and the serenity of materials, the dynamism of spaces. But what are we really trying to achieve through, and how is it that impactful on a human body? Understanding all these on a subtle parameters, I as an architect started exploring the five senses: eyes, ears, nose, hands, everything. And once I started exploring these senses, then came the dimension of five elements of nature: earth, water, air, fire, universe. And the correlation between them is extended with the five ways of working senses, like the smell, taste, voice. These together, when 15 elements are combined, then they have a sensorial experience, and that experience is first of all captured by what? I think mind. And then coming down to Bhagavad Gita, that talks about all these elements, which not as an architect I explored, but coming through all these dimensions. Firstly and lastly, the architecture was all about spirituality. That's what I learned. It was all about exploring the conversation that is happening between the transaction of these elements, and the mind being the most important element crafting the whole drama of the space, is actually trying to contemplate or satisfy the three modes of nature, which is like a subtle nature of false ego and intelligence, and the unmanifested nature of the universe. So, most of the time, what a client is actually looking from a space, or what a space is actually delivering to a user, does not only depends on the sensorial experience. It also depends on his underlying achievements that he's looking forward from the life, and the life itself is the body that is responding to the spirituality. I mean, this is one of the biggest question that we are trying to explore life through our living. We are every day decaying into, from a child who is born into living into, decaying into body, and then finally resting with the five elements into the earth. So the whole life is an exploration towards death, and eventually the spaces also tend to fulfill that innate nature of human. Once that starts as a transaction, the whole space starts behaving like a living organism. I think that's what Louis Icahn is famous for, though not being religious but being very heavily spiritual, because he was trying to turn the language of stone into something which will resonate into the space, and together a relationship can be created. When I think even in Indian culture, the Vastu Shastra is always looking at the space as a living being. It also resonates with all the parameters that we set in, maybe the type of energies we talk about, the type of solar impact, the sun, moon, everything that impacts onto it. And I think on parallel note in spirituality, we also talk about all these impacts on human body and the correlation between a human behavior and a human chemical, and the scenario of the elements around. And to understand architecture more deeply, I would say any space, be it closed, open, or just a correlation between two built volumes, any space, spirituality was the right answer that helped me identify what would satisfy the basic innate desire of a human or a user, and what pathways can be created, how the nature is behaving is also a part of spirituality. The basic form of a tree or anything in the world, this is a tree or fire, anything want to rise up, and that's what inside the human also, it wants to rise up, maybe grow as a person, as a entity. So every time it looks from a space, a desire to fulfill his growth. Now, the growth can be not financially, but yes, emotively, yes, visually, yes, experientially. So, that is what one body aims from a spirituality, is a growth towards the divine, and then eventually dissolve. As a spiritual note, the one thing that is said is, when you stop being existing and dissolve into the existence. And that is what I also believe, that architecture is when the user dissolves into the space and becomes the space itself. And that is the culmination of, I would say, the spiritualness into the spaces. And that bond is very deeply required to create an evergreen, or I would say a complete space. Thank you.